السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي جعل الشمس والقمر حسبانا والنجم والشجر يسجدان، جعل الشمس والقمر يسجدان، فضل زمانا على زمان ومكانا على مكان، كما فضل إنسانا على إنسان. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. صلى الله عليه وسلم 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 صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy, Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 18. In the previous lessons, we have learned how to make a jumla, a sentence. There are two types of sentences in Arabic. Number one, sentence that starts with a noun, that is called jumla ismiya, and the sentence starts with a verb, that is called jumla fi'liya. So jumla ismiya and jumla fi'liya, these are only two types of sentences we get. We started learning the first type, jumla ismiya. We've learned the two parts in jumla ismiya, mubtada and khabar. We've learned all the rules of mubtada, we've learned all the rules of khabar. Then we applied all these rules and we started making jumla ismiya. In jumla ismiya, the first part is called the mubtada. Simple rule for mubtada is mubtada generally ma'arifa, and mubtada will be in halatul rafa. Khabar generally nakira, and khabar also will be in halatul rafa. Then we have learned the three cases of a noun in the sentence: halatul rafa, halatul nasb, and halatul jar. By now we should understand all these three grammatical cases in Arabic. So mubtada always in rafa case. Different type of isms in terms of wahid, muthanna and jama. We should know the i'rab of those. The wahid and jama mukassar isms will show their i'rab with haraka. So in halatul rafa, they will show the i'rab with a dhamma. In halatul nasb, with a fatha. In halatul jar, with a kasra. The muthanna isms, they will show the i'rab in halatul rafa with alif and nun kasra, ani sound. And halatul nasab and jar with ya and nun fatha, ina sound. Sorry, that's what Jama Muzakkar Salim. Aini sound. The fatha before the ya. Aini sound. جمع مذكر سالم وحالة الرفع with واو and nun una sound, and in حالة النصب and jar with the kasra before the ya ina sound. Kasra before the ya ina sound. And then we've learned the munsarif and ghayr munsarif isms. We've learned how to identify the ism ghayr munsarif isms. The Arab of ghayr munsarif isms, halatul rafa with a fatha, halatul nasab, and jar with a fatha, because ghayr munsarif isms, they don't accept tanween or kasra. Then we have some exceptions where ghayr munsarif does accept kasra when it has alif lam, mu'arraf bil lam, and when it becomes a mudaf, So these are the exceptions where ghayr munsarif isms will accept kasra. In the previous lesson we have learned the types of khabar. Anwa'ul khabar. We have learned that 3 types of khabar. Khabar can be one of these 3 types. Number 1 is mufrad, means a singular ism, not singular, a single ism, one word ism. Number 2, it can be a jumla, a complete jumla. And jumla can be jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya. And number 3 is shibhu jumla. Shibhu jumla is jar majroor and zarf. So these were the basic, the fundamental grammar to make a sentence. Now we are able to make a sentence in Arabic, which is jumla ismiya. Now once we know how to make jumla ismiya, now we can add some more things to this jumla ismiya. So from today we are starting level 3. We'll take a normal jumla ismiya, then let's see what we can do with it. So let's give 1 or 2 examples. A very simple jumla ismiya will be al-kitabu mubtada, al-kitabu qadimun khabar. So here one word khabar, qadimun. Now this is a jumla ismiya, a complete sentence. Now in level 3 what we're going to learn is we take this jumla ismiya and let's see what else we can fit with this jumla ismiya. Number 1, we can make this jumla ismiya negative. Right? So how to make jumla ismiya negative, we will learn that. We can make this jumla ismiya a interrogative, asking questions. So we will learn how to ask a question. We can make this jumla ismiya to give us a more stronger meaning, emphatic, to make jumla ismiya emphatic. So these are the 3 main things we can do with jumla. Number 1, to make the jumla ismiya emphatic, to give us, remember, by starting with an ism, it is already 1 step ahead of jumla fi'liya. Means by starting with a noun, it gives you a little strong meaning anyway. But we want to make this more strong meaning where there will be no doubt. And once we make this jumla emphatic, even more emphatic, so we'll add something more to it so we can make more emphatic. Yeah. And number 2, we can make this jumla ismiya negative. Al-Kitabu Qadimun, the book is new. So to say the book is not new, to make a negative meaning. How to do that? Number 3, we can ask question. Is this a book? Is this a pen? Asking questions. So with Jumla, these are the main 3 we can do. A few other things as we go along with the lessons, we will see. So once we know how to make a Jumla, now is the time to make it emphatic, to make it negative, and to make it interrogative. So today's lesson number 18, we start with this Jumla is already a positive Jumla. It gives us information, positive. The book is new. So let's make this more stronger. The meaning more stronger. A Jumla اسمية emphatic. That's what we call it. Jumla اسمية emphatic. Now how do we make Jumla اسمية emphatic? Well, we use some of the huruf. Some of these huruf. Now we've learned one type of huruf, which is huruful jar. Huruful jar comes before the ism and takes the ism into halatul jar. Today we will learn a different group of huruf. Those will take the ism into halatul nasb. Halatul nasb. Yeah? So there are groups of huruf that take ism into halatul jar. There are huruf that takes ism into halatul nasb. Yeah? And there are some huruf, or you can say they do take the ism into halatul rafa, whereas the ism, the default is halatul rafa. But we will say those huruf don't do anything, or if they do something to the ism, they will take the ism to halatul rafa. But these are the main 2 types of huruf we have to remember. Huruful jar, those huruf take the ism into jar case, and those huruf that takes the ism into nasab case. So let's see, how do we make the Jumla ismiya emphatic, and what are those huruf that take the ism into halatul nasb. Making lesson number 18, making Jumla ismiya emphatic. The particle inna is used at the beginning of Jumla ismiya to make the Jumla ismiya emphatic. All we need to do is we just have to add inna front of Jumla ismiya. So let's add inna here, the kasra and the fatha. Inna al-kitab qadimun. Inna al-kitab qadimun. By using inna, now the sentence becomes more stronger. It was before without the inna, which is emphatic. Now inna, how shall we translate inna, and what does inna do? When inna is used at the beginning of Jumla ismiya, the mubtada is no longer called mubtada. Instead, it is called ismu inna, ism of inna. And the khabar is called khabru inna. Okay. So without the inna, the mubtada is called mubtada, but when inna comes, the mubtada is called ismu inna, and khabar is khabru inna. Inna governs the mubtada. Inna governs the mubtada. Now we can say inna governs ism, which is mubtada, and takes it to nasab case. Now we know that inna, if it comes before any ism, inna will take the ism into nasab case. And inna always comes before mubtada. And it governs the khabar and takes into rafa case, halatul rafa. The khabar is already rafa case, But when inna comes, we will say because of inna, the khabar is gone to halatul rafa. Alright. Inna signifies emphasis. It can be translated as certainly, indeed, surely, no doubt, truly, and verily. So according to the sentence, we can translate any of these. So now we know what inna does. Inna comes before the mubtada and takes the mubtada into halatul nasb. So you put a fatha there. Innal kitaba. Innal kitaba. And what does inna do to the khabar? It takes into halatul rafa. So you put rafa there, dammatayn. قديم إن الكتاب قديم إن الكتاب قديم. Now we can translate, indeed the book is old. Indeed the book is old. So if we take another example, we'll have loads of examples. The normal ism will be, for example, Allah, Allahu. So lafz Allah is ma'arifa and can be a mubtada. We just need the khabar there. Allahu ghafurun. Allahu ghafurun. A normal jumla. Allah is all forgiving. Allah is all forgiving. By starting with a noun, we already have a little bit of emphatic here, little bit of strong meaning here. Allah is all forgiving. But we want to make more strong meaning. There is no doubt. All we need to do is add inna in front of it. Where is it gone? Yes. Put in first. Simple love Allah there. Inna is coming. What does inna do? Yes, anyone can answer me. What does inna do? To the ism, to the mubtada. Yes, it takes the ism into halatul nasb. So the mubtada will get the fatha. Inna Allah. And now because we don't need the fatha on this alif, because this hamza is called hamzatul wasl. Inna Allah ghafurun. Indeed, Allah is all forgiving. Yeah, so these are the main thing, how to make jumla ismiya emphatic. We just add inna front of jumla ismiya. Now the mubtada is called ismu inna, the khabar is called khabru inna. Inna takes the mubtada into halatul nasb and it takes the khabar into halatul rafa, or khabar remains the same. Here we have all these examples. Inna Allaha ghafurun. Inna Allaha rahimun. So we have all type of isms. We have wahid isms as a mubtada. We have dual ism as a mubtada. We have jama ism as a mubtada. Innal walada sadiqun. Next, innal waladaini. Here we have a muthanna. And what is the muthanna i'rab in halatul nasb? Yes, al waladaini. Why is it aini? Because of inna. Right. Innal waladaini sadiqani. Next, innal awlada. Here is jama mukassar. إن الأولاد. So if you see it, as we've been talking, واحد isms and جمع مكسر isms, Arab, it shows its Arab with the haraka. So here we have al-walada. Here we have إن الأولاد. إن الولد gives us a واحد meaning, a singular meaning, and إن الأولاد gives us the jama meaning, the plural meaning, jama mukassar. But we can see the last letter has a fatha in واحد, and the last letter has also fatha in jama mukassar. What about jama salim? Let's say إن المسلمين. So what is the Arab of jama salim? In حالة الرفع أولى, حالة النصب جر إين, ya kasra before it, nun fatha. And also remember the khabar is matching the mubtada in gender and in number. إن الأولاد صالحون. إن المسلمين جمع صادقون. Can I say صادقين here? Can we make this صادقون to صادقين? No, because Jama Muzakkar Salim's I'rab in Halatul Rafa is Una, and this is Khabar. Khabar is in Halatul Rafa. Let's go to Muannas. Innal binta sadiqatun. Innal binta sadiqatun. Wahid. Muthanna. Innal bintaini. Aini sound again. Sadiqatani. Yes, خبر إن مرفوع. صديقان is the حالة الرفع of مثنى. إن البنات صادقات. So here you can see البنات is going to حالة النصب because of إن, and خبر صادقات is going to حالة الرفع. Next, إن المسلمات جمع مؤنث سالم إعراب. This is the جمع مؤنث سالم إعراب. In حالة الرفع it shows its إعراب with ضمة. حالة النصب أنجر shows إعراب with a كسرة. By looking at this كسرة, don't say this is in حالة الجر. This is in حالة النصب because of inna. If we have harful jar here, still it will be kasra diyan, and that will be halatul jar. Okay, now we know, even though one ism has kasra, now we can tell the Arab by looking at the harf before it. And غير منصرف اسم as well. غير منصرف اسم حالة النصب أنجر will have a fatha. Now we can tell when it will have a fatha حالة النصب, and when it will have a kasra will be in حالة الجر. إنه صالح. Here the damir. The damir is going to حالة النصب. إنه. The halatul rafa of this damir is huwa. This is halatul rafa, huwa. And those damirs are called damir munfasil. This is called damir muttasil because it's attached to the ism, to the harf inna. Innahu, the ha is ism inna, and salihun is khabru inna. So we can say ha damir ism inna and salihun khabru inna. Next, innaha salihatun, because it's muannas. Innaha salihatun. Next, we already have yes, this ha damir is in nasab case. What is the rafa case of this ha? What is the ha third person oneness? What is the rafa case? Come on. Ha. That's right. It is here. Here. Third person. Not second person. Third person. Here is halatul rafa. And ha is halatul nasb. Yeah. That's right. Yes. And huwa is halatul rafa. And hu is halatul nasb. Right. Let's move on. So we already have the emphatic with inna. In Arabic, we can go one step further. One step further. To make more emphatic. The emphatic, we want to make more emphatic. If we want to make more emphatic, then we use la, which is called lam ta'kid. Lam ta'kid with the khabar. And this lam ta'kid always will have a fatha. Lam ta'kid. Want to make more emphatic? So what we do, in English you cannot do that. In English, only one, we use one of those emphatic nouns, verily, surely, indeed. You only can translate once. But in Arabic, we can have even that as well. So when we have two emphatics, even in English translation, we'll do just one of those. So we use lam ta'kid on the khabar. Inna Allah. Here the khabar is ghafurun. Let's add the lam emphatic. La ghafurun. Inna Allah la ghafurun. Yes, that's right. So this lam does not do anything. Actually, what happened? This lam, this lam also comes in the beginning. This lam ta'kid, its place is beginning. So if we we cannot use both of them, right, at the same time. Suppose we add the la here, inna lallah, for example, inna. So let me take that. Suppose this la. This la. In the beginning, we only can use one of them. Either we use the la, either we use inna. When we want to use inna, we will use inna, and the lam, this lam ta'kid, will go to the khabar. That's what it is. Those two emphatic cannot come together. Inna Allah la ghafurun. Some examples from the Quran. Innal insana li rabbihi lakanudun. Innal insana li rabbihi. Can anyone tell me what is this lam on li rabbihi? Is this lam ta'kid? That's right. This is lam harf jar, lam jarra. Yes, the lam ta'kid we're talking about is in the khabar. This is the khabar. لكنود. So كنود is the khabar. كنود. Islam is lam ta'kid. So I think all this time we thought this is one whole word. لكنود is a word. No, كنود is a word. The noun is كنود. Islam is added to make emphatic. Right. Over here we know this word shahidun. Next. إنه على ذلك شهيد. There is the proof that this lam is added to make it more emphatic. We already have inna in this jumla. And to make more emphatic is the lam ta'kid. Next. إنه لحب الخير لشديد. الشديد. I was reading regarding this lam ta'kid. Islam ta'kid sometimes becomes so strong meaning. Not sometimes, all the time. It's like saying uqsimu. Yes, it's like saying wallahi. That's how strong it becomes. Right? So next time when we see the lam ta'kid in the background, we should understand how strong this is. Uqsimu, I swear, for example, by Allah. Although in English we cannot see that, but when we look at Arabic, the lam ta'kid is that strong. Okay, so we already have inna to make jumla ismi emphatic. We want to make more emphatic. We use lam ta'kid with the khabar. Because two emphatic cannot come together. We cannot say la inna al-insana. We cannot put la then inna wa inna lal insana. So two emphatic cannot come together, but we can make more stronger. Take that lam ta. Inna comes at the beginning always. Inna always comes at the beginning. We just use the lam ta'kid with the khabar. Okay. The above mentioned rules of inna are equally applied to inna wa akhawatuha. Yes, so as I said before, is a group of huruf, particles, huruf. They are called inna and sisters, inna wa akhawatuha, which are 6 in total. They are called al-huruf al-mushabbahatu bil-fi'l. We can call them inna wa akhawatuha because they are harf or huruf. We call them al-huruf al-mushabbahatu bil-fi'li. Al-huruf al-mushabbahatu bil-fi'li. Wa mushabbaha means similar. They like fail. They like fail or similar to fail. Why they're similar to fail? Some of them, they also can be a fail, like inna. Inna, it is a fail as well. But when it comes before jumla ismiya, it is inna harf. Because they resemble with the fail, that's why. If not all, because they are in the same group, right? Some they resemble the fail, so we call all of them al-huruf al-mushabbahatu bil-fail. Inna means to make a sound like. To make a sound. For example, inna zaydun. Inna zaydun. So this will be jumla failiyya. Inna is fail, zaydun is the file. So this inna is not the emphatic inna, because we can see zaydun. If it was emphatic, it would be zaydan, then we need a khabar. But without the khabar, we have inna zaydun. It means this is a jumla fi'liya, and inna here is the fi'l. It means Zayd made a noise. So because they resemble or they are similar, the letters and everything is like fi'l. That's why it's called similar to fi'l. Alright, so these 6 in total. They will do the same thing as inna does. It takes the mubtada into halatul nasb, and it is called ismu, whatever one of them is. One of them is inna. If inna comes, we'll call them ismu inna. If any other comes, according to the name of the harf, we'll call it ismu, whatever that is. We'll see in a minute. And the khabar goes to halatul rafa. What are these? Inna used at the beginning of jumla ismiya. Used at the beginning. Anna used in the middle of a sentence. Like ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So if we take ashhadu out, it will be anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, which is jumla ismiya. Jumla ismiya. But if we use ashhadu, now it will be jumla fi'liya. So inna comes the beginning of jumla ismiya, beginning of a sentence. Anna comes in the middle of a sentence, meaning the same. Verily, surely, that. Number 3, ka'anna. And the numbers you see in bracket, these are the numbers of time occurs in the Quran. Inna occurs 1682. Anna occurs 362. Number 3, ka'anna, 29 times. As though, as if. Ka'anna Zaydan Asadun. So here Zaydan is the ism of ka'anna, and Asadun khabar of ka'anna. As if Zayd is a lion. Lakinna, but, actually, on the contrary. Zaydun alimun, lakinna banahu jahilun. Zaydun alimun, this is a complete sentence, and this is another sentence. Lakinna ibnahu. So this hamza is again hamzatul wasl. We read lakinna ibnahu jahilun. Zayd is a learned person, but his son is an ignorant person. Zaydun ghaniyun, lakinnahu bakhilun. Zayd is rich, or rich man, but he is miser. So you can say lakinna is taking the ism into halatul nasab. Lakinna ibna is halatul nasab. Now who can tell me the ha here? What is the i'rab of this ha in ibnahu? What is the i'rab of the ha in ibnahu? Yes, is jar case. Well done. Because is mudaf ilay. Yes. Jarun liannahu mudafun ilay. Yes. Next, Zaydun ghaniyun lakinnahu bakhilun. Now tell me what is the i'rab of this ha in lakinnahu? Yes, it is in nasab case. Well done. Although these two has looks the same. Their shape is same in both halatul jar and halatul nasb. Now we easily can find out what is the Arab of these type of isms. Right, let's move on. And the fifth one, later, comes 14 times in the Quran. If only, used to wish for what could have been. What could have been. If only. Layta sihhata daimatun. I wish health was forever. Layta sihhata. If only health was forever. So because later is from this group, later also does the same what inna does. Takes its ism into halatul nas and its khabar into halatul rafa. Next, la'alla, perhaps, maybe, so as to. La'alla Zaydan sadiqun, perhaps Zayd is telling the truth, or Zayd is truthful. So these are the 6. Inna wa akhawatuha, what are they? Those are doing the first time. We need to memorize these huruf. Inna, anna, ka'anna, lakinna, layta, and la'alla. And those of you know, maybe you know 1 or 2. You know inna, you know anna, you know lakinna, maybe 3 you know. What about the other 3? Ka'anna, layta, and la'alla. So those of you who don't know these 6, memorize them. And those of you already know, mashallah. Good. So inna, anna, ka'anna, lakinna, layta, la'alla. I mean, if we spend a few minutes repeating these, we will memorize easily. Right, let's move on. Just 1 or 2 things regarding this subject. Sometime lam ta'kid comes at the beginning of Jumla Ismiya. So I already mentioned this at the beginning. Jumla Ismiya, the lam ta'kid supposed to be at the beginning. Because when we use inna, we cannot use 2 emphatic together. And inna cannot come with the khabar. Inna always comes with ism. But we can take the lam and fix it with the khabar. But the lam is at the beginning. So I just mentioned here, sometime the lam ta'kid comes at the beginning, which is Jumla Ismiya, to make Jumla Ismiya emphatic. And it is called lamul ibtida, also called lam ta'kid, as we saw. It has 2 names, lamul ta'kid or lamul ibtida. It does not do anything to Jumla Ismiya, means it doesn't govern or it doesn't take into any of the halats. So if we use the lam at the beginning, the mubtada remains mubtada and it will be in halatul rafa. For example, wala darul akhirati khayrun. So darul akhirati is the normal mubtada, mudaf and mudaf ilayh, normal mubtada. Khayrun is the khabar. The home hereafter is best. Khayrun. Now when we as lam ta'kid, strong meaning. As I said, like wallahi, like saying uqsimu, I take an oath by Allah, I swear by Allah. This is how strong this lam is. So there's no doubt in it. وَلَدَارُ الْآخِرَةِ خَيْرٌ. No doubt in it. لَكِتَابُ خَالِدٍ جَدِيدٌ. I mean, if you want to make emphatic this sentence, you can, by using lam ta'kid. But in normal conversation, there is no need. I don't care if he believes me or not. Who cares, But anything that is in the Quran, when lam comes, yes, there's no doubt in it. We can have a few other examples as well. So look for these lam ta'kid with ism that is a mubtada, and then we'll see in the Quran. So this lam is not doing anything to the mubtada, isn't it? Mubtada is halat al-rafa. Even with this lam is halat al-rafa. Okay, next we learn a bit more of this inna. It's called ma kaffa. Ma kaffa. Where does ma kaffa comes? It comes added with inna. So we have inna plus ma. So this ma is called ma kaffa, and it is written together innama. It is written together innama. So that ma comes with inna, that is called ma kaffa. Ma kaffa. So we do see this ma kaffa in the Quran. So what does ma kaffa do? If you don't learn this, we'll be confused when we see this in the Quran, because we'll be looking at inna then. We'll be looking at inna. What does inna do? Inna takes its ism into nasab case and khabar into rafa case. Yes, this ma stops inna from taking the mubtada into nasab case. This ma is called ma kaffa. So when we see inna and the ism, and there's something in between inna and the mubtada, we say something in between, and that something is this ma. Nothing else can come between this inna and its ism. It is only this ma comes. When this ma comes, it stops inna to govern the mubtada. So when this ma comes in between, the mubtada will be normal in halatul rafa. Innama means only, nothing else then, but. According to the sentence, we'll do that. There's few examples here, all these examples. Like innal mu'minina ikhwatun. Here inna is doing is amal, because there's nothing in between inna and its ism. Look at the next one. Innamal mu'minuna. So here between inna and its ism, al mu'minuna, there is the ma in the middle. So this ma stops doing amal on the ism. So ism goes back to normal halat al-rafa, mu'minuna. Otherwise it would be mu'mineen, which is the next one. You understand? Innal a'mala. This inna is doing its amal on al-a'mal, is governing the a'mal, is taking into halat al-nasb. But when inna ma comes, here al-a'malu goes back to halat al-rafa. Innamal a'malu bin niyyat. The famous part of a hadith, the actions are only based on intention. Okay? So it gives only meaning. Here, innamal mu'minuna ikhwatun. The believers are nothing else than brothers. So nothing else. Next one, innal hayata ad-dunya. So here al hayata is innal hayata ad-dunya. Here is mawsuf and sit over here. Worldly life. لعب ولهو. Yes, when you write wow, that gives meaning of and, you should write it together with the ism. There should be no gap between the wow and the ism after it. لعب ولهو. إنما الحياة الدنيا. So this hayat was in حالة النسب, and this is now in حالة الرفع. Why? Because ma is stopping the inna doing its amal. اعلموا أن الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو. Here as well, I should bring the wow together. So اعلموا again is a fail, but we just concentrating here. أن الحياة الدنيا in حالة النسب. But when we see this one, يعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا. أن. Now sometimes أن also, ما also comes with أن. Ma also comes with inna. All these examples we saw. Innama, innama. Ma also comes with anna. Remember we said anna comes in the middle of a sentence. So this is the middle of a sentence. Anna. يعلم أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو. Bring the word together. Yes. Finally, one more. Making جملة اسمية restrictive. Another way to make جملة اسمية emphatic. Yeah. Restrictive means only. This type of translation. Another way to make جملة اسمية emphatic. As I said, there is a few ways to make جملة اسمية emphatic. One is by just using the حروف, and those حروف are حروف مشابهة بالفعل, and also a حرف called لام التأكيد or لام الابتداء. Here there's another way to make جملة اسمية emphatic. How do you make that? To make جملة اسمية restrictive, follow the two steps below. So suppose we want to do this, so take the inna away, take the lam takid away. Now we have normal jumla ismiya. Allahu ghafurun. Allahu ghafurun. How to make jumla ismiya restrictive, or another way of emphatic? It is to bring a rafa case damir, rafa case damir between mubtada and khabar. So rafa case damir, and that damir has to agree the mubtada. So in our case will be huwa. Huwa. Allahu huwa. If we just say ghafurun, it's not complete yet. We have to do something to the khabar. Something to the khabar. Make the khabar ma'rifa. Make the khabar ma'rifa. So Allahu huwa al-ghafuru. Allah is the only one, all forgiving. See, it becomes restrictive. Forgiving is only Allah, all forgiving. Allahu huwa al-ghafuru. And obvious, no tanwin, one dhamma. Allahu huwa al-ghafuru. So to bring a khabar, to bring a rafa case damir between the mubtada and the khabar, rafa case damir, and to make the khabar ma'rifa. So this is it. Put a damir between mubtada and khabar. The damir should be agreeing the mubtada. What means a rafa case damir is inserted between the subject and the predicate. A rafa case damir is inserted between the subject and the predicate. So this damir is called ad-damir al-fasl. Damir al-fasl. The separation damir. The separation damir. And number 2, make the khabar definite. Make the khabar ma'arifa. So we have all these examples from the Quran. Allahu huwa al-ghafuru. Al-Qur'anu, before it was haqqun. Al-Qur'anu haqqun. But we want to restrict the haqq only to the Quran. Restrict haqq only to the Quran. So this is what this jumla is called, restrictive jumla. So here bring a damir al-fasl or fasil, a damir al-fasl, huwa, and make the khabar ma'rifa, al-haqqu. Al-Qur'anu huwa al-haqqu. We can even make more emphatic on this. Inna Allaha huwa al-ghafuru. They're adding inna. So Allahu huwa al-ghafuru, already emphatic, but when you put inna, more emphatic. Next, ulaika muflihuna, the normal mubtada khabar. But we want to make it restrictive. Ulaika humul muflihun. Next, innahum humul mufsiduna. Verily, they are the ones who make mischief. They are the ones. And because we have inna, that's why we say verily in the beginning. Innahum humus sufaha'u. It is, in fact, they are the fools. Restrictive. The fullness is only with them. Al-kafiruna humuz zalimuna. The real wrongdoers are the kafirs. The real, what you call wrongdoers, are the kafirs. Because they are doing wrong to themselves. That is real. So restrictive wrongdoing, only to kafirs. Because, in the Quran Allah says, shirk, inna shirka la dhulmun azim. So, yes, so they're doing wrong thing on themselves, wrongdoers. Next, وَإِنَّ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ لَهِيَ الْحَيَوَانِ. You want real life? The real life is only the hereafter. Indeed, the home of the hereafter, it is the real life. لَهِيَ الْحَيَوَانِ. That is the life indeed. So now we know how to make the jumla isma restrictive, or we get more stronger meaning. In Allahu huwa at-tawwabu. Allah is the relenting one. In adabi huwa al-adhabu al-alim. My punishment is the painful one. Painful punishment. Right, now we know how to make jumla isma restrictive, and the damir comes between mubtada and khabar. The damir is called ad-damir al-fasl. Ad-damir al-fasl. So this is the end of today's lesson. We've learned that those huruf that takes the ism into halatun nasab, they are called inna wa akhawatuha. There are 6 in total. Inna, أن كأن لكن ليت لعل. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson as well. May Allah give us tawfiq. May Allah accept the little effort we are making to understand or to learn Arabic grammar, to understand His book. May Allah keep us attached with His book until our last breath. Allahumma amin ya Rabbal Alameen. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next lesson. Subhanak Allahumma bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.